One of the great things that we were able to do in my period of presidency was introduce the women to Oldseverians Football Club. It was something that was just moving at such a quick rate at that particular stage that we had to make a commitment. All around every single club, you know, if you really want to be a club in today's society, you've got to have women involved, and we consider that we're one for everybody, but we weren't really. We were only one for men. And
everyone was very excited to be involved, and that was why we all came down. But there was definitely also a little bit of apprehension and a little bit of nervousness, I guess, about coming into such a well-established club.
When we first started, I think everyone was just really excited and really motivated and just really excited to do something new. I think that was something that we all didn't really know what we were getting into. We didn't know what it was like to play footy in the VAFA against, you know, other full 18 girl teams or 16 girl teams or whatever it was.
Again, growth and development of the club. It was a great opportunity to have the women's teams come on board, and I thought what better way to sort of say we're genuine and real about this by having sort of senior players sort of jump on board. It was fantastic to meet the girls and just to see their enthusiasm and genuine love of the game, and to buy into the Old Zavs culture was really rewarding.
Obviously the women's program has been fantastic, and I just think that's great diversity for us now as a football club.
We're a subset of the Old Zavs Footy Club on a broader sort of scale, but I think us all coming down here and having this commonality, wanting to play footy, wanting to have fun, wanting to make friends, is what keeps those of us who keep coming back.
When my granddaughter started to get involved, I got a hell of a lot of enjoyment out of watching her.
And for the amount of people to get the opportunity to play footy, I think it's amazing. Obviously we've got the women's comp, and I see the new appointment with the new women's football director. Every time I read something, I feel so proud to be associated with the organisation.
The growth of women's footy, and in particularly at Old Zavs, is something that's really important for me. Having 3 girls, I remember thinking to myself at that time, I'll probably never be involved in a footy club in any stage. For me now, to think that if the girls do want to play footy when they leave school, there's a place where they can go like Old Zavs, and they get the same opportunities to build the connection friends-wise, professionally. And so it's great that opportunity is now available for the girls if they want to do that.
Looking into the future and the growth, I think we're progressing really well, and I really can't wait for us to have those concrete 2 teams and maybe even 3 teams.
The U19 program, the women's program, and I just think how fantastic that is.
What we've been able to achieve is great. It's a credit to so many people.
Although probably a bit controversial for an all-men's school and all-men's football club, is probably one of the bravest decisions we've made, and I really congratulate all the women and all the men that actually helped support and get that up. I think it's a great achievement for our whole club.
As far as the footy club now and into the future, what I want to see is the players getting completely engaged in the place. Whether it's drinks being served after the game, whether it's assisting with the committee, whether it's about structuring events. I've always been a big believer that the club is at its best when the players are fully engaged in helping it grow.
I want to see continued success. I want to see continued growth and development of our young people on and off the field, and I want to see a place that our past community can come to and feel part of being at home at.
Success on the field, but just being as welcoming as many people, giving as many people the opportunity to play as they can.
The redevelopment of Touré Park really is a kind of a flag point for the footy club, just as moving to Touré Park in 1995 was. And once the pavilion and the oval have been redeveloped, it'll really take our footy club into the next century.
On-field success then generates to off-field success as well. I mean, obviously we've got to make sure that everything is good. So we've got good administration. Yes, it's amateur football. Yes, we're not getting paid, but it's still A-grade footy, and you want to win flags. If you want to be successful, there's a commitment that everyone has to make to each other on field.
I'm very happy with where we're at. Hope we just need another premiership.
I'd love to see another flag.
Aside from the obvious premierships.
A couple more flags would be nice. I think probably everyone said that, haven't they?
I think that we will have more success. And success isn't just about the premierships. I know that that's critically important. But, how do we retain our people? How do we look after them in terms of their lives, in terms of their careers, in terms of that networking and all the relationships that we can bring to help them out? I think that's crucially important.
I went down and helped Paulie called me the other day and helped out with the women's training. You'd like to see that sort of get up and going a little bit more, the women's game.
I think the financial footing now as Toorak Park's developing and really establish the base so that the club is always strong and we have the financial capability to be able to achieve what we want to do.
So that's the first thing, is that it stays a fun place to go, that it's really enjoyable and that people actually do want to go there to catch up, to be able to reminisce, but also for the club just to continue not only success in terms of premierships, but actually giving people somewhere to come to, so that they're able to finish school and they're not lost to sport. They can come down and play in one of the teams.
All of your support, the whole club support, as well as Toorak Park being redeveloped, I think that's going to be amazing for us as a club to all be together, to be able to train together at Toorak. We will see that integration, and I think it'll make a huge difference. And I actually can't wait to see that, and I can't wait to see our growth, and I can't wait to be there for it as well.
As I understand it, in any event, the relationship between the club and the school remains very strong. The lifeblood of the Old Zabs was the school. They're still holding the lunches that are held for the Year 12 boys. That's of such importance because it sends a message to the kids. You are welcome here. This is a good place to be. And in addition to that, the kids' parents are invited. So it's an invitation from the club, not just to the players, but to the players and their families to come and be involved. And that's the future of the club. And that's been demonstrated time and again.
With the ongoing support and continued assistance from our fantastic network, that's what's going to make us stay at the forefront of amateur football.
When I first started coaching, a guy who'd played a lot, and I asked him what's Old Zabs all about. And he actually said, it was interesting, he says, well, Old Zabs don't look over the back fence. I said, what do you mean by that? And he explained that they worry about themselves, they're not worried about what anyone else is doing. And in my first talk to the players, I remember I used that saying that, you guys, you don't look over the back fence, and that's something we want to continue. Let's worry about ourselves, do what we can, not worry about others.
Well, I wouldn't want to see much change. I'd love to see I don't know how big we can get and whether we need to get much bigger. I'd love to think we can still win. I think we want to have this winning culture, but not at all costs.
I'm not too sure how many teams we can actually have. I remember when I was president, though, there was a lot of reluctance from other presidents for us to have any more teams because of our success. Maybe those days have gone.
With everything that's happening at the footy club at the moment, the future of the footy club really couldn't be more exciting. The club's in great shape at the moment, and it's going to be an incredibly exciting next little period as we move into our next 100 years.
I just wish him and the rest of the committee and all the players the best of success in our great centenary year of 2023.